Hello, and thank you for tuning in to our international news broadcast. Right now, let's review the top stories currently capturing global attention.
Event number 1. IRGC launches missiles and UAVs at U.S. bases in the Middle East, closing the Strait of Hormuz. Event number 2. Sirens sounded throughout Israel as Iran launched multiple missiles and UAVs into the country. Event number 3. Pro-Iranian hackers target critical U.S. and Middle Eastern systems. Event number 4. Experts warn of the risk of hackers attacking key infrastructure in the U.S. and Israel.
And now, for the details.
Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, said on Saturday that it had launched new waves of missiles and drones at U.S. bases in the Middle East in response to joint U.S. and Israeli attacks as the war entered its 15th day. The IRGC's press office stated that in the early hours of March 14th, its naval forces simultaneously attacked U.S. bases in the region, with heavy missile fire and drones in 3 assault waves. In this operation, Iranian missile and drone forces targeted key facilities at Dhafra Air Base in the UAE. Reports indicate that precision ballistic missiles and attack drones hit the Patriot radar systems, the air traffic control tower, and air defense bunkers at the facility. Sheik Isa Air Base in Bahrain was also attacked with a combination of missiles and drones. The strikes reportedly destroyed the early warning radar system, aircraft hangars, and the central parking apron, while fuel tanks servicing U.S. aircraft were set ablaze. Additionally, the Al Udeiri helicopter base in Kuwait was a key target for missile and drone attacks. The attacks there reportedly destroyed equipment bunkers, troop staging areas, and helicopter maintenance workshops. The IRGC declared that the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping lanes, remains under the complete and intelligent control of the IRGC Navy, stressing that passage for oil tankers and commercial ships belonging to the United States and its allies continues to be strictly prohibited. Any movement or transit will be targeted. The United States and Israel launched a massive and decisive military campaign against Iran on February 28th, targeting its military and nuclear facilities, as well as senior Iranian officials. Iran has responded with unprecedented retaliatory attacks, targeting U.S. military bases and other strategic facilities in Middle Eastern nations allied with Washington, including Bahrain, the UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Iran has also closed the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway between Iran and Oman, which serves as one of the world's most vital energy transit routes. The closure of this strategic strait has caused significant disruptions to global oil and gas prices, leading to a sharp decline in maritime shipping activity. Air raid sirens sounded throughout Saturday across central Israel as multiple launches from Iran were identified, with loud explosions from impacts and interceptions heard in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. According to the Associated Press, Iran has continued its widespread missile and drone attacks on Israel and neighboring Gulf states, while effectively blockading the Strait of Hormuz, where 1/5 of the world's traded oil passes, even as U.S. and Israeli fighter jets bombard military targets across Iran. Pro-Iranian hackers are targeting sites in the Middle East and starting to reach into the United States during the war, increasing the risk for U.S. defense contractors, power stations, and water plants to be caught in a wave of digital chaos that could escalate if Tehran's allies enter the conflict. According to the Associated Press, pro-Iranian hackers claimed responsibility for a major cyber attack on Wednesday that targeted the U.S. medical device company Stryker. Since the war began on February 28th, they have also attempted to infiltrate cameras in Middle Eastern countries to improve Iran's missile targeting capabilities. They have targeted data centers in the region, as well as industrial facilities in Israel, a school in Saudi Arabia, and an airport in Kuwait. Iran has invested heavily in its cyber attack capabilities while fostering connections with hacking groups. In recent years, groups working for Tehran have infiltrated President Donald Trump's campaign email system, targeted U.S. water plants, and attempted to breach networks used by the military and defense contractors. The goal is to wear down the American war effort, drive up energy costs, strain cyber resources, and inflict as much damage as possible on U.S. companies that rely on the defense industry. Pro-Iranian and pro-Palestinian hackers have claimed responsibility for disrupting systems at Stryker, a Michigan-based medical technology company. A group called Handala said the attack was in retaliation for suspected U.S. airstrikes that killed Iranian students. Like other ideologically motivated hackers, profit is not Handala's goal, according to Ismail Valenzuela, Vice President of Threat Intelligence at the firm Arctic Wolf. What sets this group apart is its clear focus on data destruction rather than financial extortion, he said in an email. Polish authorities are investigating a recent cyber attack on a nuclear research facility that may have links to Iran, although they concede that another group could be behind the attack and is using the war in Iran as cover. The war in Iran is heightening the risk of cyber attacks targeting U.S. and Israeli interests. Critical infrastructure like hospitals, seaports, water plants, power stations, and railways are among the most likely targets, as Iran tries to use cyber operations to cause chaos and confusion. Experts say cyber hygiene is critically important during wartime and are encouraging defense contractors, government suppliers, and other businesses to update their firewalls and other security systems. Since the war began on February 28th, pro-Iranian hackers have tried to hack into cameras in neighboring countries to improve missile targeting. They have targeted data centers in the region, as well as industrial facilities in Israel, a school in Saudi Arabia, and an airport in Kuwait. On Wednesday, hackers from the pro-Iranian group Handala claimed responsibility for a significant attack targeting Stryker, a U.S. medical device company. A threat intelligence expert from Arctic Wolf told me the goal of the Stryker attack was data destruction, not extortion.